15 things poor people do that the rich don't. Welcome to A Titans War, calm the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello, and welcome Titans War to a slightly different video. We know that many of you are on your way to achieving financial success. So we wanted to put together a list of things that poor people do, which guarantees our mediocrity. Please take all of these with a grain of salt and realize these are here to make you think about your current situation and what you could do to better yourself. The thing is, whenever we do a video like this one, some people will always take offense while you're busy bashing us in the comments. The true A Titans War. Write these down and see if there's room for improvement in their own lives in order to make a list that's actually valuable for you guys. We've consulted with some of our own mentors and millionaire friends about some of the differences between the poor and the rich in their day-to-day life. As always, there are plenty of exceptions to these rules. Not everyone is in control of those circumstances, but being aware of these habits and activities might give you a slight edge, and who knows if you stop doing them. Maybe you'd be closer to that goal. You've been dreaming about, here are 15 things poor people do that the rich don't. Number 1, poor people watch a lot of TV. Let me put it this way. If you have the time to watch reality TV, you're probably poor. It's always amazing how much time poor people waste on meaningless television. It's one of those distractions that grabs you and doesn't let go. If you know which celebrity is dating who, and if you're watching TV shows every week as the episodes come on, if you have a favorite news channel, you're probably watching too much television, hence why your life is the way it is. Let us explain celebrity gossip and buzz offers no value to your life. It only serves the celebrities. Rich people aim to be on TV instead of watching it. You might say. But a Lux I'm watching is a Big Bang Theory, which is a really funny show, and it helps me disconnect. That's exactly the issue. You disconnect from your problems instead of dealing with them and getting them out of the way. There are rare occasions where, in the words of John Lennon, time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time. But really, think about it, should sitting and slide watching a screen be something you really enjoy doing? Before we move forward to the second thing, poor people, let me explain what we meant by having a favorite news channel. You might say that the only good reason to watch TV is to be aware of what's happening in the world, staying informed. The problem we're seeing with this is that TV stations are always biased in order to pick their own magenta. Instead, use the power of the internet to get a quick glimpse of what the world is like today and move on to do your own thing. Number 2, poor people eat fast food. Health is really important, and many poor people have no interest in knowing what's in their food, what an actual healthy meal should look like, or barely know anything about nutrition. Poor people are blasting their brains with large quantities of white sugar and fats with no nutritional value. They are actively ruining their bodies, and as an effect, they cannot perform at 100% of their potential. If you're not healthy, all aspects of your life are directly affected. You'll suffer physically, mentally, professionally, and even romantically. Number 3, poor people buy clothes or products that are on sale. Let me put it this way. The only thing you should buy on sale are stocks. While poor people are looking to conserve or stretch the little that they have, the rich are focused on increasing their incomes. Just think about it. The clothes that end up being on sale are the ones that people who could afford to pay the full price didn't want by buying clothes on sale. You're just making sure that you're looking exactly like someone who can't afford to pay the full price. Number 4, poor people wake up later than rich people do in their early years. Poor people are often lazier than the rich in the early days. We know that some of you will be bothered a lot by the previous statement, but statistically it's the truth. Someone who used their youth to grow themselves is a lot less likely to remain poor later on in life. Instead, if you wake up late, don't educate yourself. Waste time on meaningless activities. At one point, you'll find yourself so far behind what the world needs from you that you'll end up miserable. The paradox is that people who do not focus on growth in the early days end up working a lot harder with little success rate later in life. Just to stay afloat, we've done an entire series on inspiring people on our channel, and almost all of them, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, and more. Wake up early. You can check the series out in the top right corner, number 5. Where people are really into sports, the truth is, unless you're a professional athlete or an owner of one of the teams, there's really no reason for you to watch sports. It's the same with television. It's escapism from your current reality. Think of it like this. You're putting yourself in a position where you as an individual have no impact on the outcome of the game. Zero impact. This behavior then sticks with you, and you end up being a spectator in life instead of being a player or an owner. And that's when you start criticizing other people when you yourself haven't done anything better. Number 6, poor people don't shower as often as rich people, who initially we thought this was just a made-up fact. But it turns out to be true, and amazingly it explains a lot when you really think about it. Most of the jobs today are in the service industries, where human contact is a must in order to have a successful exchange of value. People who don't have good personal hygiene will in time be less successful than their counterparts. People tend to trust them less. People want to spend less time when their presence in all of this has ramifications. In their personal life, if people don't like you and don't want to be around you, what kind of partners will you attract exactly? It might seem ridiculous, but the first step to success should be an early morning shower. Number 7. Poor people blame others for their misfortune. How many people do you know that have some sort of excuse or blame other factors for not being successful yet? There are some things that are out of our control, but 99% of your life is on you. Remember that you are in charge of your life. You are in charge of your relationships. You are in charge of your health. You want these to change. Do something about it. Life is not what happens to us. It's how we react to what happens to us. When something bad happens, the poor choose to victimize themselves, while the rich look into it, study it. They seek to find out what happened, why it happened, and how they can protect from it in the future. While one assumes the position of vulnerable victim, the other uses it as a growing point. Number 8. Poor people have no money saved. One of the differences between poor people and the rich is that the former don't get ready for what's next. Having money put aside allows for growth. Let's say something bad happens. If you have money put aside, the problem is solved, and you can resume your life. If you don't, and the situation is urgent, what do? You either liquidate an asset like your car house, etc., or you can take a loan for the rich. When the situation is over, they're left in the same position, the savings. While for someone who's poor, their lifestyle has been dramatically hit or now belongs to the creditor. Now let's look at the exact opposite. An opportunity arises. Those who have money put aside now have the chance to expand their lives, while the other can't afford to take a full advantage of this opportunity. That's why the rich are growing richer while the poor are getting poorer. Number 9, poor people use credit cards or take out loans for useless things. One of the main differences between rich and poor is how they make use of credit. The rule is simple: if you take out a loan to buy something that doesn't generate more money than the loan, don't take it. It's that simple. You should only use credit if what you'll be using it for is an investment. Want to take out a loan for a large TV? Don't want a loan to buy that new Supreme gear. Don't want to use credit cards to get the new iPhone. Don't. Unless you're flipping the Supreme gear for profit, or you're using your iPhone to develop a new app to grow your business. These items should not be on your credit. Instead, earn the money and then spend it. You'll learn more about this on number 12. Number 10. Poor people tend to have more kids, and earlier in life the truth is kids are really expensive. We all know how fun it is to make them, or at least practice making them, but people get stuck up to this point. They don't think it's true. Just to give you a sense of perspective, if you're living in one of the more developed countries, raising a child will cost you approximately $250,000. Because of a lack of education, That environment and other factors poor
Let
people
both
have on
sides
average
seek to
more
invoke
children and at a
the
younger
wonders of
age
science
than their rich counterparts,
instead of its
while the
terrors.
rich wait a couple of years until
Together,
their
let
standards
us
of living
explore the
improve
stars,
in order to assure the right
conquer the
environment
desert,
and prime conditions for
eradicate
their child to
disease,
flourish. The
tap
poor
the
just
ocean
go
depths,
ahead with it.
and
Once the baby
encourage the
comes,
arts and
the
commerce.
struggling begins just so
Let
they can
both
stay
sides
afloat and
unite
progress.
to heed
Beyond
in all
barely
corners of
surviving
the
is
earth
almost
the
impossible to
command
achieve.
of Isaiah
Number
to
11.
undo the heavy
Poor
burden
people do not do regular
and
checks.
let the oppressed
They're
go free.
doctors. We've touched on the importance of
And
health in the past,
if a
but this is an
beachhead of
especially
cooperation
important point for people.
may
Do
push
not
back
get
the
themselves
jungle of
checked
suspicion,
regularly.
let
Let's say
both
by mere
sides
chance you end up
join
having a
in
difficult
creating
disease.
a new
Let's say
endeavor.
cancer. If you do regular
Not a new
checkups,
balance of
you'll
power,
discover in early
but a
stages,
new world
making
of
the
law,
treatment possible at a lower
where the
cost.
strong are just,
If, on the other hand,
and the weak
you neglect to
secure,
do so, you might
and the
discover it
weak
only when
preserved.
it's too late. It will cost
All
both
this
you and
will
your
not
entire
be finished
family a fortune.
in the first
And no matter
100
how much
days.
money you have, you might still
Nor
lose your
will it be
life.
finished in the first
Number 12.
1,000 days.
Poor people spend money
Nor
before
in
they
the
get
life
it.
of this administration,
One of the biggest dangers in life
or
is
even
spending
back
money
in our
before you have it.
lifetime
The
on this
second you
planet.
start borrowing money
But let
or
us
acquiring
begin.
expenses, before you're able to pay them, your life starts to spiral down if you don't have money for something that you're
In
willing
your
to part
hands,
with.
my fellow
Without
citizens,
affecting your life, then
more
you
than
can't
mine,
afford it. Go back to
will
work.
rest the final
And then
success
get it number
area
13.
of our course.
Poor people surround themselves with
Since
other
this
poor
country was
people.
founded,
True Anglexers
each
know that you are the sum of the
generation
5 people you hang out
has
with
been
most.
summoned
If you're
to give
surrounded by 4
testimony
poor people,
to its
guess who's the
national
5th?
loyalty.
One of the
The
ways people
graves
make
of
sure
young
they stay
Americans
poor is by associating
answered
themselves
the
or hanging
call
out
of
with
service
other poor people that
around the
reinforce their
globe.
core beliefs. You need
Now
people
the
around you
trumpet
that will inspire you and
summons
push
us
you
again.
further, that are doing incredible
as a
things
call to bear
themselves,
arms,
whose success will
so
only
arms
motivate you
indeed.
to exceed your current
Not
reality.
as a call to battle,
If you're hanging out with
though
the
in
same
battle
people
we
you
are,
did when you were young,
but a call
you
to
might want to
bear the
double
burden
check.
of a
Don't be
long
afraid to
twilight
step away from a
struggle,
crowd and move on
year
to
in,
something better if you don't.
year out,
Your potential will
rejoicing in
probably be
hope,
crushed by those who want to
patient
feel
in
better about their
tribulation,
miserable lives
a
by
struggle
making
against
sure
the
you
common
suffer the
enemies of
same
man,
fate. Number
tyranny,
14.
poverty,
Poor people never follow through on their
war
ideas or
itself.
potential.
Can we
You're not
forge
able to
against
control
the
who your
enemy
parents are, where you were
a
born,
grand
or
and
the way
global
society
alliance?
treats you. The only thing you can
North and
control
south,
is the amount of hours
east
you
and
put
west,
into your dream.
that can assure
Every
a
single
more fruitful
person
life
alive only has
to all
24 hours per
mankind.
day, and yet
Will
some
you
do a lot more
join
than
in
others
that
if you dedicate
historic
yourself
effort?
to learning and implementing more about what you're passionate about. It's only a matter of time until you reach success. You've
In
heard
the
that 9
long
out of 10
history of the
businesses
world,
fail in their first 3 years.
only a few
Well,
generations
do you know how many businesses
have been
fail
granted
because they
the
never
role
got started? The
of
answer is all of them.
defending
If you
freedom
have an idea,
in its hour of
work on it.
maximum danger.
Put it out.
I
Get
do not
feedback.
shrink from this
Improve it.
responsibility. I
Launch
welcome
again
it.
and again and again. It took us 3 years of writing. Thousands of articles on Alex
I do
Calm
not
before we
believe
decided to take the
that
jump
any of us
and make videos here
would
on YouTube.
exchange places with any other
Number
people
15.
or any
Poor
other
people
generation.
believe that others should help them reach the
The
top.
energy,
The world
faith,
doesn't
the
owe you
devotion
anything.
which we
Nobody does
bring
believe
to
it
this
or not.
endeavor
You're in this by
will
yourself.
light our
You are in
country and all who
charge.
serve it.
What happens in
And
your
the
life?
glow
The
from
thing
that
is,
fire
everyone believes
can
when they're
truly
young
light the
that they're
world.
going to be successful.
And so,
But then
my fellow
reality
Americans,
happens this world.
ask
We're living
not
in rewards only
what
the
your
best.
country can
The
do
best.
for you.
Those that never
Ask
quit.
what you
Those
can
that
do
keep
for your
learning.
country.
Keep adapting and understand that nobody will solve their problems for them. Face them head on, and along the way, you
My
might meet
fellow
people who
citizens
feel
of
the
the
same
world,
way and might share parts of the
ask
journey
not
with you.
what
Otherwise,
America will
you'll
do
just
for
be a
you,
part of that majority that's
but
meant
what
to fail.
together we can do
We know this
for the
video was
freedom
pretty
of
long,
man.
but we believe that maybe this video will help you in your journey if you know someone who's guilty of any of
Finally,
these
whether you
15
are
things. Please do them a
citizens of
favor
America
and show them this
or
video.
citizens of the
We're
world,
curious to know, Luxors,
ask of us
what
here
things do you believe poor people
the
do that the
same
rich
high
don't?
standards
What would you add to
of
this list?
strength and
Let us know in the
sacrifice
comments.
which we ask
Oh?
of you.
You're still here,
good
quite
conscience,
interesting. Thank you for being a
Our
true
only sure
Luxor.
reward
Here's your bonus fact.
with
Poor
history
people are a
the
lot more
final
religious
judge of
than
our
rich
deeds,
people. Can you imagine the chaos? If we started the video with this one, the fact is that, statistically speaking, successful people rely on their own forces for their well-being, while the poor hopes that a mythical forest will somehow reward them for being a good person, even though presidents or CEOs might mention God in their speeches. They are not really religious. One great example is Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg, who's been for the biggest part of his life an atheist, but since he might consider a position in politics in the near future, decided to change his stance if you've launched up at this point and want to prove that you're a true A-loxer. Please write, "I will be rich" in the comments section. Make your desires public so we can keep you accountable for them. Thank you for spending some time with us, A Titans War. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos, which we recommend you watch next. Thank you for being an A-lexer, and we'll see you back to OW.